Gentlemen, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball Network. I am back with another one. You already know who it is, man. Back here with another video, man. Yo, make sure to share this video to all my new subscribers. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell to keep receiving the latest content, man. Truly appreciate it, man. Say thank you for taking this wonderful Tuesday afternoon to take the time to watch my video. Let's get right into this, guys. So I'm going to talk about what DeMarcus's quad injury does for him and it does for the Golden State Warriors. It was a scary scene when Cousins got a non-contact quad injury. It looked like he had torn the tendon off the quad. He didn't return to the game in game 2. And this is what this means with his injury, what it means for him and for the Warriors. For DeMarcus Cousins, this eliminates the possibility of him getting max money because now he's on the injured list and we don't know how long will he be out for. We won't know any results until the MRI reveals. Now, if it happens to be not too serious and he'll be out for like a little while, okay. It might be one of those things that happened like when Steph Curry had his MCL injuries. But if it's something where he has to miss anywhere from 6 to 12 months, then that's going to be a damn near whole calendar year once again. And there goes his chance of making max money. It takes away his opportunity of being a contributor to a championship team. And for the Warriors, it takes away the one offensive weapon. It's one offensive secret weapon that they have in the versatility of having a post player, because now you can play small and you can play bully ball with DeMarcus Cousins. Now, where it's going to hurt the Warriors is going to be in rounds 2, 3, and 4 if they possibly make it there. And I mean 3 and 4 because, remember, the Rockets get by the Jazz, the Warriors get by the Clippers. They face each other in the second round in a 7-game series. So now Clint Capella doesn't have to guard DeMarcus Cousins, which means he could pretty much roam on the defensive end. He could stay in the paint, and he offsets with with this guy, Andrew Bogut. That means Jordan Bell is going to get more minutes, and he's really not much of an offensive player. So because of that, the Houston Rockets are going to use the pick and roll to death and cause the Warriors to continuously switch. And it's going to give the Warriors problems. And where the Warriors hurt even more so now is number 2, Kevin Durant. 2 games in a row. The ejection, and the ejection was really more so the referees, man. They really took the fun out of the game with him and Beverly. I thought they both should have never got kicked out. But then game 2, both him and Beverly fouled out. And Kevin Durant, him and Klay Thompson combined only took, I believe, 19 shots together. So it's a big problem. Because now you have to worry about the composure of Kevin Durant. Now you have DeMarcus Cousins' injury. So now KD's really he's kind of on a thin leash with these technical fouls. And you know that Patrick Beverley is going to continue to hound him and continue to harass him and continue to try to get in his head. So Patrick Beverley could take himself out. I mean, shout out and once again, give credit to the Los Angeles Clippers. They balled out. Like, they played a great game. They fought back. They didn't quit. They didn't give up. They just continued to fight. Kudos to them. But it's not looking good for the Warriors because I know, shout out to my man, he knows the sport. And again, prayers go out to your dad and to your family. You know, hope he's doing okay after the surgery. But now the thing that you could say about Kevin Durant of him not being in the lineup would have been an offset in terms of, well, you have other bench players, you have other players, you know, the bench is they're still a deep team. When Kevin Durant came to the Golden State Warriors, they lost 7 players off that 2016 73-9 team. So now, with Kevin Durant possibly taking the bait, because now Steve Kerr has to play a starter with the second unit because they don't really have a guy. They don't really have a 6-man. So then there's that. Who can, like, for one, kind of consistently score, who could give you double digits in points because they don't have a double-digit score off the bench. And they're not as deep as they were in their first two championship seasons, because Golden State led the league in bench points in the NBA back-to-back years in 2015 and 2016. Their defense isn't what it used to be neither. Part of it is complacency, because when you go on these runs, 4 straight NBA finals, you start to get more and more complacent in terms of how you play these basketball teams. And they needed a team like the Los Angeles Clippers, who won 48 games without a legitimate all-star, to really light a fire under their asses to say, okay, now this is the playoffs. Like, we really need to give a wake-up call. And I like what Klay Thompson said. You know, we'll come back. We're too prideful not to come back from a loss like this. They didn't deserve to win game 2, and he's absolutely right. Complacency was a big problem. They lost their defensive edge, as I said. The Clippers continued to fight back. Steve Kerr, to me, sat the starters a little bit too long, in particular to Steph Curry, when it was starting to come back. If you guys watched the game, if you saw the game. And, yo, shout out to Lou Williams, man. He became the second player in NBA history in the last 25 years to have 30 points and 10 assists off the bench. The only other guy to do it in the last 25 years was Sam Cassell on the 95 Rockets. He did it on May 30th, 1995. I believe it was against the San Antonio Spurs. And so the reason that I'm not here to count the Warriors out. You know, they're champions. They're two-time defending champions. They're going to show their pride out. But now when I look at this, I feel like the Clippers can get another game on the Warriors because they stole the home court advantage from them. You got 2 games in Los Angeles. So even let's say if they lose game 3, they could come out and, you know, win game 4. Or the Clippers could come back and win game 3. And then the Warriors could win the next 3 games. But this whole sweep, gentleman's sweep that was supposed to happen, it looks like with the injury to DeMarcus, with KD's head really not into the game, and with the Warriors, with a depleted bench, they don't have really the depth that they once had. Things are not really looking too good for them. The series is not over. I know people kind of overreacted and talk about how the you know, people connected the whole 31 to the 3-1 lead, and that's just people, you know, trolling. Some of them are actually really hating on the Warriors, but you know, people acting like the Clippers won the series after that one win. I mean, if it was the game 7, I would have been like, yo, it's crazy. But I mean, don't be surprised if Kevin Durant continues to show a lack of focus in this series. I don't think it's gonna happen. But you know, Beverly's gonna do. He's gonna be an irritant. He's gonna be a pest. He's gonna do whatever it takes to make sure KD's not even a factor. And it bold to be true in game 2. See, game 1 didn't matter because the Warriors they were just whooping ass. They were just whooping butt. But it's going to matter now that it's a 1-1 tie because now the Warriors' margin for error is very, very, very tiny now. And they can't afford to get lackadaisical, get complacent, lose any type of defensive edge. Hopefully it keeps them mentally focused and have an edge now because they're going to have to play their best basketball. And if they don't try to get the Clippers out as soon as possible, first of all, they're going to be really tired. And like I said, this is going to be the toughest road for the Warriors to win a championship. And the way it's looking, if they could win a championship through all this adversity, oh man, you know, they're going to really deserve to be called a dynasty. If they're not able to do it, you know, it's unfortunate. People are going to say, well, a lot of people are going to come out and say, well, you know, I knew the writing was on the wall for the Warriors. Like, you just knew it. Some people have guaranteed championships. Some people say, you know, we all know the Warriors are going to win. It's a little bit harder with the way they're looking now. They're looking the most vulnerable that they've looked in a while. I'm not going to sit here and hit the panic button and all that kind of stuff. Look, if the Warriors don't win, they don't win, man. It's like life moves on, you know? It would have been nice for the Warriors to three-peat, but if they don't, it's cool. Like, I would love to see a new NBA champion. Like, I would love to see, like, the Houston Rockets or the Oklahoma City Thunder or the Milwaukee Bucks or the Toronto Raptors or the Boston Celtics, you know? See some new blood. You know, that's what we need. I mean, it's like, I was really pretty much tired when I saw the Cavs and the Warriors 4 years in a row. And how Mike Breen was on TV saying, oh, this has never happened before. And I know they have to make it all nice and stuff for TV, but I was really tired of it. And I'm just like, we're going to see this every year. And I'm like, and this is where the narrative was already built for LeBron in terms of what the juggernaut that he had to face and all this kind of stuff. But I'll do that in another future video. But, you know, it is what it is. You know, it's just tough, man. It's not looking good for the Warriors right now. But I think they'll bounce back. But quite honestly, I think I have the Clippers winning Game 3. I think they're gonna take this momentum. To me, I think the Warriors are gonna get off to a solid start. I think they're gonna get off to a great start. And I think at some point, somewhere in the second or third quarter, you're gonna see the Clippers go on a run, and then they're gonna go on a run to where they get a double-digit lead, and then the Warriors are gonna start pressing. And then the next you know, the Clippers win by double digits. That's how I see it happening. What I would love to see is a tight, real nice, intense game. And I'm hopefully that we can get it like we did in Game 2 because that was just great. I told you, I love to see this because it brings the drama. Like, I don't want to see like a typical, oh, you know, it's another Warriors game. It's like, These are the type of stories that we love to see and hear in the NBA playoffs, man. This is what gets my juices flowing. This is the excitement that I love when I was watching all these old school games, these grinded out defensive games, man, that just like these like, yo, close, tight knit games. I love this. This is what the NBA playoffs are all about. This type of entertainment that keeps you glued to your TBC, like, wow, I can't just believe that happened. I bet there were dudes who fell asleep and like, well, yeah, you know, Warriors are up 26. They wake up, what the hell just happened? You know, it was one of those games. And like I said, I hope that this game really lights a fire in Golden State to make them understand that this is no longer the regular season. Welcome to the playoffs. Stop lollygagging. You need to now put up or shut up now. So I'm glad the Clippers won this game, man, because it's like now we're going to see some now intensity. To me, that's what the Warriors, to me, lacked last night. They had it so easy, you know, beating the Clippers on all phases of the game. But once again, they got cute with their turnovers. They kept their foot off the gas pedal. They decided to get real cute, and the Clippers took advantage. They sensed a letdown, and the Warriors couldn't stop them. And the Clippers started making some tough shots too. But the defense, they were getting killed in the paint. And I'm just wondering why Steve Kerr did not play Andrew Bogut more minutes, because the Clippers, they hit some tough shots, but they were getting some easy baskets down low in the second half. So I just wonder why Steve Kerr wasn't playing Bogut. Well, he better start playing Bogut a little bit more now. He's going to have to figure out the rotations and what's the best effective lineup. But see, this is what hurts when they don't have a deep bench, because they probably could have had something to go to in case they lost DeMarcus's Cousins. But this is all by getting Kevin Durant. This is exactly what I'm talking about. So when he knows his sport, I get what he's saying in terms of how important Kevin Durant is and how the Warriors are quote unquote nothing. But we have to say the same for Steph Curry. They're not the same fluid offense when he's there. They become more ISO heavy with Kevin Durant. But they both hurt because they're not a real deep team like they used to be. See, depth gets lost in this. That's why when you take either player out, they're really not the same. Curry and the Warriors play a little bit better because of the flow, but when you need that guy down the stretch who you could give the ball to go get a basket, that's where Kevin Durant is missed. When Kevin Durant's on the floor and you need the offense to flow and not get stagnant, that's where Steph Curry is missed. That's why both guys are important in terms of style of play, in terms of situations in the game. With Curry, the offense gets stagnant when he's gone. With Kevin Durant, when the game gets tight, who do you go to down the stretch? I'm not saying Curry has had his clutch moments before, because he has. It's just they've been inconsistent. Kevin Durant has consistently been good. I'm not talking about 2016. I'm talking about ever since Kevin Durant has been in Golden State. I mean, and you saw it in the finals, how Kevin hit those 2 big-time shots. So that's what I'm saying. But anyway, yo, let me know what you guys think of the video, man. Let me know what you think about Cousins' injury, and let me know what does it do for him and what does it do for the Warriors, man. Like as always, man, bless up. One love, peace. Thanks for watching.